Meghan Markle has decided to sit out her in-laws' latest bash, King Charles's coronation. We all get a pass from attending awkward family gatherings from time to time, but this event is historic. Not just some backyard barbecue type of event. Meghan's absence could be considered historic as well, but not in a good way. Meghan has been described as a woman who never met a camera angle she didn't like, so her not going to what arguably is the world event of the year is a stunning snub. What gives? Why is the PR mad Z-lister staying home when her husband is flying across the pond to watch his father make history? Meghan Markle's unfulfilled demands led her to decide against attending King Charles's coronation, as it would hurt her brand. Lady Colin Campbell, a British socialite and royal author, discussed Markle's decision on GB News with Mark Dolan. Lady C stated that Meghan had wanted to attend the event, but her unmet demands would harm her brand if she appeared at the ceremony. She said, "Well, I'll tell you what it tells me, and I've spoken to people who know them very well. It tells me, and I'm just going to speak for myself, that she was very nervous. She actually didn't want to come, but she was blocked at every turn with all of her demands." Markle had hoped to use the event as an opportunity to showcase herself, but her demands were consistently denied, she explained. She was hoping to flaunt herself and she was blocked at every turn, and she took the decision upon the advice of her advisors, her money-making advisors, that if she came she'd have to diminish her brand even further than it's already been diminished, and she and Harry are in big trouble as a brand. They've lost supporters in the United States across the board. Most well-established people, even in the Democratic Party, don't want to have a thing to do with them. The author of Meghan and Harry: The Real Story also speculated that seating arrangements might have played a role in Markle's decision. She suggested that being seated in the bleachers would negatively impact her brand. You know, if she came, it was going to affect the brand adversely because her own popularity, which can be massaged or at least slightly ignored if she doesn't come, would have been so apparent, she continued. And also her loss of stature, because one of the big quibbles was where they'd be seated, and she was going to be seated in the bleachers, so to speak. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's invitation to King Charles's coronation didn't arrive in the way Harry had hoped, and the prince didn't hear about his invitation directly from his father, but through someone else. When the Sussexes received an email about the historic event from Charles's office, it became apparent that the sit-down talk the prince desperately sought to work through their issues following the release of his memoir Spare wasn't going to happen. They didn't hear from Charles. Harry wanted to hear from his father directly. It's always through somebody, a close friend has told People magazine. For Prince Harry, his solo appearance at the coronation has everything to do with his desire to have a family, not an institution, as he's stated in the past. Speaking to People magazine, the close friend added, "This is about a son showing up for his father rather than the optics of the institution." As for Meghan, however, experts claim Archie's birthday gave the Duchess an out not to attend the coronation alongside Harry. Being at a kid's party versus a celebration that will be in every history book going forward, we all know the correct choice. But Meghan had no problem leaving her kids behind in Cali for 3 weeks last year when she and Harry stayed in the UK after the Queen's death. Something smells fishy according to Hagan, who thinks Meghan is trying to avoid bad press.